The next 8 minutes will challenge everything you think you know about success, happiness, and other people. We live in a world of pleasant lies. Everyone tells you what you want to hear, that hard work always pays off, that people are fundamentally good, and that if you just follow the rules, things will turn out fine. You've probably told yourself these same stories just to make life easier. But there are a few brutal, uncomfortable truths that, once you fully see them, will burn away the illusion you've built around yourself. They are the essential lessons of Stoicism. Are you ready to wake up and finally face reality, no matter how uncomfortable it is? If you are, then let's begin. Lesson 1: People are driven by emotion, not logic. We like to believe we are rational beings, carefully weighing decisions with logic and reason. But let's be honest, how often do we actually make decisions like that? The truth is, our emotions drive us more than we realize. They are powerful forces that shape everything we do and how we see the world. How many times have you made a sudden purchase you didn't need, or agreed to something you didn't want, simply because it felt right in the moment? That's emotion, not logic. Emotions aren't inherently bad, though. They give us valuable insight into what we truly care about. The key, as the great Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius reminded us, is that you have power over your mind, not outside events. While we can't stop the emotions we feel, we can absolutely control how we respond to them. The Stoic practice is simple: pause. Create a space between feeling a strong emotion and acting on it. That space gives you the chance to choose a response that lines up with your deepest values, instead of just reacting on autopilot. It's this kind of emotional self-control that separates those who succeed with intention from those who live stuck in a cycle of disappointment. Lesson 2: Everyone acts in their own self-interest. How many times have you been surprised when someone you thought was being purely kind or selfless turned out to have their own agenda? Maybe a friend offered help, but later you realized they were just trying to win your favor for a future need. Here's the truth that's hard to swallow: everyone acts in their own self-interest, whether consciously or not. This isn't a dark criticism of humanity, it's just how we are wired. We all act based on what benefits us, even if that benefit is simply the feeling of peace of mind. As a realist, you must internalize this. You must understand human nature, and why everyone is trying to sell you something. It doesn't mean you should become cynical or distrustful. Instead, recognizing this pattern allows you to better understand and predict other people's behavior. You stop wasting energy trying to win a logical debate with someone who is defending their ego. You start recognizing opportunities to align your interests with theirs, making interactions smoother and more productive. Lesson 3: Most people can't handle the truth about themselves. Let's face it, most of us aren't great at handling the truth about ourselves. We've all created a comfortable narrative about who we are, and it's much easier to maintain that story than to confront the uncomfortable facts about our own weaknesses and flaws. When someone offers a critique, even a truthful one, our natural response is defensiveness. We quickly try to explain, justify, or deflect. Why? Because accepting that truth would mean admitting something we don't want to acknowledge, and that's terrifying. But the longer we avoid the truth, the more we limit our own growth. Marcus Aurelius was known for his brutal self-examination, and he did it not to beat himself up, but to improve. He understood that growth requires facing uncomfortable truths, even about himself. As Epictetus reminded us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. The same principle applies to self-awareness. You can choose to face the truth and grow, or run from it and remain stagnant. Honesty with yourself is the first, most necessary step toward real change. Lesson 4: Success will make some people hate you. Here's a bitter truth: as you start to rise and achieve success, some people will begin to resent you. This isn't because you've done anything wrong, but because your success forces them to confront their own unfulfilled potential or inadequacies. It's like a mirror reflecting their lack of progress. They start comparing themselves to you, feeling threatened by your achievements, and even resenting you for doing what they couldn't. This isn't about jealousy in the traditional sense, it's about the discomfort that comes when someone else's success highlights your own unfulfilled potential. The key here is to realize that their reaction is more about them than it is about you. You cannot control how others feel or react. Therefore, your focus must remain on maintaining your inner peace and staying true to your values. Their resentment is a sign that you are challenging the status quo and that you are, in fact, on the right path. True success, as the Stoics believed, is measured not by the approval of others, but by your ability to remain grounded in your own values. Your progress is yours to claim, and no one else can take that away from you. Lesson 5. Comfort is the enemy of growth. It's natural to want comfort. We all seek it. After a long day, the idea of relaxing, zoning out, and avoiding anything difficult sounds like the ultimate reward. But here's the hard truth: comfort is the enemy of growth. The moment you settle into what's easy, you stop growing. You stop challenging yourself, and in that stillness, your spirit and ambition begin to stagnate. Growth requires discomfort. It requires pushing through the resistance that tells you to stay safe and stay put. In those difficult moments, when you're uncertain, when you're struggling, or when you're forced to face a difficult challenge, that is where true growth begins to unfold. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the need to live with purpose, even in the face of hardship, reminding himself, at dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. This simple thought highlights the Stoic idea that we are meant to embrace the challenges of life, not avoid them. You must push yourself to grow, to fulfill your purpose, and to live with virtue. Lesson 6. You're going to die, and most of your worries are meaningless. Here's the final, and most profound, truth: you are going to die. It's not a pleasant thought, but it is the one thing that is guaranteed for all of us. No matter how much we plan, how successful we become, or how much we try to outrun it, death is the ultimate end. But this realization is also powerfully liberating. When you acknowledge that your time here is finite, you start living more authentically. You stop wasting time on things that don't bring value to your life. The things you once stressed about, the small dramas, the petty disagreements, the social media arguments, suddenly lose their weight in the face of mortality. You realize that most of your worries are, in the grand scheme of things, meaningless. This idea forces you to confront what's truly important and to prioritize it, because you know that the clock is ticking. It's a call to action to live intentionally, with purpose, and to make every single moment count. The path to a life of virtue and strength isn't comfortable, but it is the only one that leads to true freedom. Once you fully internalize and act upon these difficult truths, you'll find that you possess an inner strength that is unshakable. If this philosophy resonates with you, and you are ready to continue your journey toward wisdom, then I encourage you to join our community. Subscribe to Zen Stoic Nexus and like this video to signal your commitment to growth. Check out the next video on the screen to dive even deeper into Stoic wisdom. Thank you for seeking the truth. Let's keep growing.